Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? This is Coach Paul. God has qualified me, and I'm honored and privileged to bring to you all another episode of Move Mondays. As usual, y'all, before we get off into the content of the day, I have to make sure that I say what I always say, and I strongly encourage y'all again to get this in here so that you can incorporate this into your lives, and that is, if you don't move it, it's going to move you. That, my friends, is 100% a promise. All right. Now, let's get off into what we're going to be talking about today. I want to take this time out to give thanks and recognize and give the credit to Pastor Keon for what I'm going to be talking about today, the subject matter of today, because I was listening to one of his Instagram clips, and he was with his staff, and they were in a meeting. Some of y'all pay attention. He was with his staff, and they were in a meeting, and he talked about the scripture that says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another," and he kind of gave an example from something as simple as a pencil. And it was, watch this, it was simple yet profound. Simple but dynamic. Simple but epic. And I want to be able to share some of the things that were spoken into my spirit as I was listening to what he said. And even after I got done, I just kind of pondered on some of the things that he said. And God spoke some things into my spirit. And I want to be able to share with you all today on this episode of Move Mondays. So without further ado, and again, giving honor and thanks to Pastor Keon, and the credit to Pastor Keon for all of the wonderful work that he does, the messages that he brings, and just making sure that he is surrendering and submitting himself to the anointer so that he can get anointed. All right, let's go. Now, let me take this pencil. You see this pencil? This simple little piece of wood with an eraser and some lead on it has extraordinary potential in it. This thing can build. Watch this. Hold on. The scripture says, write the vision down, make it plain that they who see it may run with it. How do you write it down except for with a pencil? So this pencil has the power to create your vision. This pencil has the power and the potential to build kingdoms. It has the power and the potential to build marriages, healthy relationships, businesses, high rises, families. The list goes on and on of what the potential is in this pencil. Now watch this. While this pencil has extraordinary potential, watch this. Until it's sharpened, and unless it's sharpened, the only thing that it's good for is being an eraser. And I want to talk about that today because that's what we are like. We are like pencils with extraordinary potential and greatness in us to do wonderful, marvelous things. I talked about the spiritual aspect of our being, where we have to find out, watch this, we have to go beyond the ordinary to find out what our purpose is and the meaning of our lives are. We have to go beyond the call of duty or beyond the ordinary to find out and become what that is. And some of us, even with the extraordinary potential in us to do that, we okay with erasing things. And what do I mean by that? here are some of the ways that we are okay with or comfortable with or living in being an eraser. From a spiritual standpoint, God calls us to relationship with him. Some of us out there, unfortunately, take that literal because we don't, watch this, for whatever our reasons, I'm not going to put any reasons on somebody, but for whatever our reasons, we take that literal and we say, all I need is Jesus, just me and him. And one of the things that God calls us to is community. My pastor says it like this. He says that God helps people through people. So if God helps people through people and he's calling us to community and we are settling for just me and Jesus, we erasing some stuff. We watch this, because one of the things the first thing we are doing is erasing a healthy relationship with God through hearing him, being obedient, and walking in what he's called us to. All we being is an eraser, right? You have the opportunity to build healthy relationships with other people because, again, like I said, God helps people through people. And because you have set it in your mind that all you need is Jesus and nobody else, and went off into your little hut or cocoon or little section of the world by yourself, just you and God, you cheating some people. Because if I'm correct, the Bible says, let your light so shine that men may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So if you're not doing that, you're erasing some stuff. I got to where I am because people were obedient and poured into me what was told of them or required of them to pour into me. That's how I got to where I am. One of the reasons why I stayed where I am is because I'm doing what was done to me. I'm being a pencil. I'm walking in the potential. I'm still on my way. I'll never allow myself to have a mindset where I say that I've made it. As long as I'm here on this earth, I'm going to always be on my way. The key words, on my way. Some of us are okay with not doing that for whatever our reasons. And again, we have to be sharpened so that we can walk in the potential that God has put inside of each and every one of us. From a health standpoint, a physical health standpoint, we're being an eraser when we know that we're not supposed to be eating this, that, or the other. We know we need to work on our health. We know we need to work on our fitness. We know we need to get to the gym. We know we need to do walks. We know we need to do what what our doctors have told us to do to get off of these medications. But we're okay with being an eraser from a standpoint of, watch this, I'm going to take the medications that you gave me, but I'm going to still eat the way that I've been eating. You're being an eraser. Some of you all out here, my daughter and I was talking today about us and our careers. And I had a conversation with one of my sons, and I said to him, because, in terms of a career, he's successful. He's doing this thing. Let me say that. And I asked my son about, what do you think about intimate relationship? Are you in one? Do you have a significant other? And he talked about, his answer was no. And in his answer, I knew that he didn't have interest in being with a significant other. I understand that, but one of the things that I said to him, don't allow your desire or your chasing of your career to stop you or rob you of being able to have an intimate, strong, and loving relationship with a significant other. Don't allow that to happen, because what that means is, from a relationship standpoint, we'll follow our careers, but we'll be an eraser in that area of where we can give someone love and receive love at the same time. My daughter talked about a friend of hers who followed her career, is successful, doing her thing. She's in her 40s now. No children, no significant other, has a desire to have children and a significant other. And we live in a world today, unfortunately, where lots of people are already settled with their family or children, and lots of people don't want to rear or birth children into this world. A lot of people don't want that, especially at the age where, we are in our 40s. Most of us have already had children and wives and husbands and families, and our children are starting to get to the age where we are talking about college. She hasn't even started that. She has allowed herself to be an eraser in the name of chasing her career. And we can't allow ourselves to do that. We have to be sharpened by making sure that we have a healthy balance with what it is that life has to offer, or whatever it is that we're doing in life. We have to have a healthy balance, because if we don't, all we're going to be is just an eraser. This is all we're going to be. And the thing about the sharpening, the Bible talks about as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. One of the other reasons why we are being erasers when we can be sharpened is that we won't even allow ourselves the opportunities to be around people that will sharpen us. We're so busy making sure that we're in rooms where we're doing all the sharpening. Somebody said it to me like this: if you're the smartest one in the room all the time, you in the wrong rooms. And I know many of us are okay with being that. How am I going to get sharpened if I don't have someone that can be able to sharpen me? Because the only way that you can sharpen this pencil is that somebody has to sharpen it for you. I mean, this pencil can't sharpen itself. Let me say it like this: somebody has to sharpen this pencil. And the only way that you and I are going to get sharpened and be more than just an eraser is that we got to allow ourselves to be in the company of somebody that's going to sharpen us. And it can't be just me and God. It can't be all about me. It can't be I'm the smartest person in the room. Some of us, watch this, some of us have some people that's willing to sharpen us. We make the connection with them. We exchange information with them. We talk about how we're going to get together and do this, that, or the other. But when the sharpener reaches out, or when it's time for you to reach out so that you can get sharpened, you come up lost. You come up missing. You become MIA. How do I know? I know there's people in my life that this is going on right now. Listen, I ain't the sharpest pencil in the bunch, but I promise you this: God has sharpened me to a place where I'm able to sharpen others, right? And some of the people that says, hey, yes, I would love to be a part of this, that, or the other, I can't find them. They've been an eraser. And I promise you this, and watch, I'm not saying this, I'm not speaking bad of anybody. I'm not saying this from a negative standpoint. However, I do know that some of the people that I'm talking about aren't being sharpened anywhere else. Which means that, watch this, there are certain people that has been predestined to sharpen you, to sharpen me. And it's our duty to make sure that we get in the company or in their hands so that they can sharpen us and we can walk in that full potential that God has put in us, so that we can walk in the fullness of that greatness that God has put in each and every one of us. And until that happens, you're going to keep being an eraser. I'm going to keep being an eraser. I've been an eraser. Listen, I know all too well how to be an eraser. I walked in eraserhood, if that's a word, for many years of my life. And it did me no good. It did absolutely nothing for me. It kept me dull. I erased marriages. I erased healthy relationships with my children. I erased potential relationships with people that was going to help build me. I erased potential relationships with people that I was being equipped to build. You name it. I erased a whole lot of stuff because I wasn't willing to get sharpened. And sometimes some of the reasons why we are not willing to get sharpened is because with sharpening comes responsibility. With sharpening comes accountability. With sharpening comes, we're going to have to do the stuff that we don't want to do. We're going to have to do some stuff. We're going to have to create new normals. A lot of us don't want to do it. We okay with being an eraser. Instead of being being sharpened so that we can create this dream and this vision that God has put in each and every one of us. That God has put in each and every one of us. And I am so glad that I heard that message and that God had poured some other stuff into me so that I can be able to use it for my life and also share it with someone else. Here's another thing about being sharpened. Being sharpened is not a one and done. You'll get sharpened, it'll get dull. You're going to have to go back and get sharpened again. You'll get sharpened, it'll get dull. You'll have to go back and get sharpened again. Some of us, I made it, and we stop and we quit. No, you haven't. You need sharpened again. Some of us, we get sharpened and think that we the biggest and the best pencil in the bunch, that no pencil is like us. No pencil can do what we do. And they say the Bible teaches us that the warning comes before the fall. And if you don't allow yourself to continue to get sharpened, you'll become dull and end up falling. Here's another thing that I want to talk about in terms of sharpen. Pastor Keon had kind of spoke about this as well. He said, in order for this pencil, excuse me, wow, this is so good. In order for this pencil to get sharpened and become like this, it's going to have to cut some stuff off. It's going to have to cut some people off. It's going to have to cut some places off. It's going to have to cut some things off. And it's going to hurt. Every time I said perfect. You're going to go through some pain anyway. You might as well benefit from it. And many of us, watch this. The reason why we're okay with being just an eraser is that because we don't want to experience this type of pain. But this type of pain ain't benefiting you at all. How do I know? How do I know? I talked about it in many episodes ago when I mentioned the dog sitting on the nail. This is what when we make the choice to live like this, we're just like that dog sitting on the nail. We go to the same pain every single day, and all we're doing is erasing. When we have the potential to build and create and build and create and build and create. We got that potential. It's in here. It's as simple as this pencil. They talk about in recovery that recovery is a simple program for complicated people. This is a simple situation, and we make it complicated by staying this way and being just an eraser. When we have the potential to build so many things. Listen, I could go on and on about talking about the things that we can create with this pencil, or just becoming this pencil and allowing ourselves to be sharpened. Again, it's not a one and done, right? And we have to get somewhere where someone is going to sharpen us. Right? We have to get cut. We have to let go of some people, some places, some things, some of our own ideas, some of our own ways of being, some of our old ways of acting, some of our old ways of speaking. Some of us got to have a complete do-over. Yeah, a complete do-over, because we've been such an eraser for so long that that's all we know how to do. And again, let me make sure that I kill this statement. I hate that statement so much that when people say, that's all I know, that's what this is. You're saying, that's all I know. This is saying, I want more. So my question to all of us, every last one of us, everybody who's listening to this episode, everybody who listening to this episode that knows someone that needs to listen to this episode, everybody that's listening to this episode that knows someone that they can share this episode with, which one you want to be? Do you want to be just an eraser? Or do you want to be sharpened? Because like I said, both of them has the same potential. Both of them has the exact same greatness in them. Both of them. But only one of them is walking in it. Only one of them has chosen to walk in it. Is that you? Will that be you? Do you want that to be you? How can we help one another get to a place where this becomes you, me, and all of us that we're around? Here's another thing. Here is another thing. You're not going to be sharpened by just talking. You're not going to be sharpened by gossiping. You're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be. This is what talking looks like. It's just a pencil. This is what gossiping look like. Just a pencil. I don't know if I feel like I had to say that, because many of us out there who again, we have the greatness in us. We have the extraordinary potential in us. We doing too much talking and too much gossiping. And we're doing too much leaning on our own understanding. Listen, the understanding of man has always been good at separating itself from God. Let me say that again. The understanding of man has always been good, or great, should I say, at separating ourselves from God. That's why he says, don't lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he'll direct your paths. And so what he's saying is, I want to direct you to the sharpener. And when you get to the sharpener, let them sharpen you. Don't go kicking and screaming. Don't push away from the sharpener when it's time for you to go in and get sharpened. Be willing. Go in willingly, because again, at the end of the day, when you get sharpened, there's so much that we can become, that we are, that we can build, that we can create to make this world a better place. Because right now, we in trouble. This why. Because there's too many of us that's just an eraser. Too many of us that's just an eraser. I'm about to shut this down, and because I want you to think about what it is that I just said. I want you to really think about this. But here's what I want to make sure that I put out there. We have so many people. Oh my God. It just bothers me. We have so many people that's on social media, that's in our communities, that's in our schools, that's all over the place, They good. They're excellent. Watch this. They're excellent at telling everybody about all the wrong that they're doing. They're excellent at that. But they're also excellent at doing absolutely nothing about it. Inky Johnson. Why complain? He said, why complain about something that you are not willing to change? I see so many people, everybody talking about, well, this is the right way to do it. You doing this wrong. What I don't see you do. And those are the people that I don't see doing anything to change it. I don't see anything to change it. So let me say this. If you're an eraser, that's fine if that's what you want to be. But I don't need you around me. If you're an eraser, that's fine. If that's what you have chosen to be, I don't care to hear you. So many men, I'm for real, I'm gonna shut it down. I hear so many men talk about women ain't supposed to be doing this, women ain't supposed to be doing this, women ain't supposed to be doing this. Well, you complaining about it. Number one, you ain't in your place. That's why she doing it. Number two, I don't see you doing nothing to change it. So if you're gonna be an eraser, miss me. Miss me. I need pencils. I need sharpened pencils. I need sharpeners. I need people who want to be sharpened. I need people who are sharpening. I want to continue to live the rest of this life that God has given me on this earth, sharpening and being sharpened. Because we got some stuff and some work to do. I promise you all, get sharpened, and we'll see that this place will be a better place to live now and in our future. And we ain't got to worry about, we don't have to worry about the people that doesn't care about us being sharpened running our country or running this country, because it's not ours, it's God's. We ain't got to worry about the people. If we get sharpened, get in our place, start creating, start writing the vision down, we ain't got to worry about it. So with that being said, listen, y'all. I hope that this touched somebody and that we can have some conversations around how we can come from just being an eraser to being sharpened and walking in the extraordinary potential and greatness that God has put in each and every one of us. With that being said, guess what, y'all? I love every last one of you. There's absolutely nothing you can do to change that. Till next time, be well, do the next right thing. God bless you all. Get sharpened. And if you're looking for a butt, it's going to always be easy to find one. That, my friends, is a promise. Deuces.